Aviwe is on the ground in Rivoli. Last night we saw a standoff between police and illegal miners, which led to gunshots in Rivoli, which is south of Johannesburg. Police then rounded up the zamas after 5 bodies were discovered there on Sunday in what is believed to be a turf war. And this has emanated from a battle between rival groups of illegal miners. Police are back there on the ground and they are supported by a special force. As you can see, those are live visuals from Rivoli. Aviwe Mtila, our senior reporter, is on the ground again this afternoon. What's happening there, Aviwe?
Okay, coming up. Bradan, we've got General Zulu on the ground marshalling the special task force here, of course, in that cat and mouse between the illegal miners, the zamas, as well as now the police. I remember Police Minister Pekicele mentioning that General Zulu would be in charge, and what we've seen for the majority of the day is even the closing off of some of these shafts and the holes that the zamas are actually going into. But now what we're seeing is that they've moved from that one known area and seemingly now are moving to this particular area because they've closed off that other area that's right opposite the informal settlements where they reside in, and now they've got intel, in fact, that they've moved to this area. Hence you're seeing the special task force now on the ground trying to weed them out. Essentially, they've already arrested one in this space of the last 5 or so minutes, and even drones that are hovering just above here with the special task force on the ground, of course, now trying to also weed them out. They've been on the ground for the last 2 or so hours. That's the particular special task force that's also moved now from the Zanempilo informal settlement where these zamas mine, and in fact that's where they refine the gold. So a lot of the the machinery and what they use to refine the gold has been already destroyed. I want to show you a hole. It's not far from where my colleague Persisbia is heading to now. Apparently this is the hole now that they've now moved. They're trying to get out from, where General Zulu is actually trying to lead us now. This hole, yeah, is where now they're trying to get out, given that all the other holes that were in the other area, not far from here, some 200 or 300 meters from here, they've actually shut down all those holes. So now they're trying to exit from this hole. Is one of those holes, we understand. In fact, I want to bring in Njabulo from one of the residents here. Njabulo, what do we see happening here? Is this a new area?
Yeah, this is not a new area. It's been there. They also operate this side, but they didn't operate that much. They were operating that other side. So now we can see as General Zulu is here, we've been taking her around. We have seen what is happening. The special task force has been working on the ground. They are here, yes, sir.
But are we seeing the end of it realistically? Because it seems while you shut down these holes, and General Zulu in the forefront shutting down these holes, they move to a different area. It literally seems like a whole geographical map of where they operate.
Yeah, we see those things. Yeah, we are seeing, but we would like the MMC to come here and give us a plan of what he wants to do with this vacant land, because it needs a real operation to be done here. You understand, my
I see Cedric Ortel. Yeah, he's from the Riverlea Mining Forum. Cedric,
yes, sir.
Your understanding of where we just came from now with the special task force.
Yes.
Is this area where they normally mine as well? What do you know about this area? Because you know the mining here quite extensively.
This area is called 3L2 and 3A2. Okay? What's happening here is so-called rehabilitation. DRD said they're rehabilitating the land. But now this is the problem I was talking to you and telling you about that. There's rehabilitation going on, legal mining and rehabilitation, and the mining companies are allowing illegal mining activity to happen here. Okay, as you have witnessed, I mean, I didn't tell you anything, you could see it, everything for yourself. Right? So, this land, we would like this land to be given to the community.
Yes.
You understand? Right? And the community have their little projects they can run on this land. Because you must remember one thing, you cannot build any houses on this land. Okay? The chemicals, this place is still chemically ridden. Right? This place is still chemically ridden. Right? So, the rehabilitation is actually put back what you took away. right?
But
or what you damaged.
Is this because we see the special task force on the ground? We're seeing now General Zulu sort of giving them instructions and going to marshal them on how to go about catching these illegal miners. But do you think it's going to be a successful operation? I mean, you've been in the mining forum for quite some time now.
Look, these guys that ran away now, they know exactly where to run to and where to hide. Okay? So if you don't run after these guys, you won't catch them. So there's two ways out here, right? To the west and to the south, to the east. Okay? My suspicion is they will run straight down to the train line and go right to the back again. And come right on the highway and come back to Zamrampilo again. It's easy as that.
So it's sort of a futile exercise, you seem to suggest. And just before they move, maybe give us a bit of history on the turf war that we're seeing. I know you know the knowledge of it. We know Zanempilo houses the majority foreign nationals, Basotho nationals, 80% of people that reside in that informal settlement. What's at the heart of these turf wars?
Okay. First of all, on this mining site, you must remember here is Mozambicans working here, right? Okay? And they are rock crushers. But every Monday morning, Basutos would come in here and collect chocho. Otherwise, they get robbed and they get hurt. So these guys have to pay these Basutos every Monday morning, right, for them to stay and work here, right? And if you don't have that money for them, then you're going to have to flee, right? It's like clockwork. It works like clockwork. It's a business. This is the business they're running.
And now they're shooting each other, in between the residential area. What's behind?
Okay, that is turf war. That is now. How can we say that? Is Basutos fighting Basutos?
Yeah, this is the two Basotho groups that are fighting each other. So
yes.
Now they are moving into territory. As you see, we have residents who are staying here. When they start walking in the streets, what happens? They start killing one another. So now you can see it's open. It's an open field, and whereby as residents we are afraid for our lives. Do you understand? When we are moving around with our own cars, we cannot move freely because of these things that are happening here. Yes.
Okay, Brajan, we'll leave it there with the two gentlemen for now as we see General Zulu marshalling the special task force that's been on the ground here for at least 2 hours. I hear there's someone that was shot here. I'm not sure the indication on the corner. When did that happen?
About a month ago, a lady came to pick up a child here at my wife's crash. As she pulled in, they started shooting. Up until today, we have the footage, everything. You can see the bullet hit the wiper blade and it ricocheted, but it broke the windscreen. If it didn't, it was full in the face.
We have to get that footage just to also
alert. It's a stray bullet, or was it purposely shot at?
That is the Friday. They were walking around just shooting at anything and anyone that was moving from the residence. They even walked down this road here by us, intimidating us, pointing us with firearms. So they don't care. The cops came with a van. They were pointing at the cops ran away. The cops turned back and they went, leaving us to God's mercy.
The cops ran away, we are told here by the residents. In fact, Braden, it's a sentiment that I've been hearing for majority of today, being both in Zanempilo as well as the other area where they closed the door. I'm told just the heavy machinery that these illegal miners carry. There are videos, of course, that have been circulating with them carrying those AK-47. So they are heavily armed, Bradan, these illegal miners, as they conduct their business. And they go on now, which we do understand is these turf wars. General Zulu on the ground here, marshalling these special task force that have been on the ground for at least 2 hours. They are with the TRT, the Tactical Response Team, and those units that have been promised by Police Minister Pegekele 2 days ago. Now we're seeing them today on the ground, of course, as we saw earlier on in the day, the turf that they normally work and operate in being closed off by those big TLBs, 4 of them that were working for at least an hour closing off those holes. But it seems like a futile exercise given that they've now moved to a different area where they're now trying to make their way out. It's a tunnel underneath the ground here. We're told that it stretches to as far as Nesrec, just the underground operations here. So it would take a lot to eventually successfully close off, as we heard from the MMC, bring in even concrete to successfully close off each and every one of these holes.
Old mines have to be rehabilitated properly. Thank you very much, Aviwe. We will talk to you again just to establish if there were any arrests today. We understand from Begitele earlier, speaking in Cape Town, that 20 illegal miners in that Riverlea area have been arrested overnight. Your weather